Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, dear Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English news transmission on the online TV Quickly Buddhist Newsreel, a comprehensive channel. Here are the headlines of major Buddhist news of the week. Hanoi. Conference between Standing Committee, Executive Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, and Government Committee for Religious Affairs about the implementation of prevention of coronavirus infectious disease or COVID-19. Da Nang. Buddhist families in Da Nang mobilized for the blood donation amid novel corona plague. QUAN Pagoda in Hanoi. Disinfection, cleaning, and spraying in prevention of coronavirus. Quảng Nam. Many pagodas strengthen prevention of nCoV virus or COVID-19 by delivering free face masks to Buddhist followers. Condom. UPOSATHA ritual for full moon of the first lunar month to bless peace and equanimity for the people and the country celebrating in HIapplE Pagoda. Quảng Nam. Charity team of Núi Thành District Buddhists with charity gifts in HIapplE Đức. Tiền Giang. Phước Thành Pagoda offers 200 gift portions to visually impaired persons in Cái Bè District. And hereafter are the news in details. Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of February 11, 2020, at QUAN Pagoda, Hanoi City, it took place a conference between the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and the Government Committee for Religious Affairs about the implementation of prevention of respiratory infectious disease caused by coronavirus, now known as COVID-19.
The conference was chaired by Most Venerable THÄNH, Vice Standing Chairman of Executive Council, Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Vice Head of the Standing Committee of the Sangha Affairs, Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Mr. Vũ Chiến Thắng, Head of Government Committee for Religious Affairs. Attending the conference, there was also presence of religious dignitaries from Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, leaders of ministries, central branches, and delegates. Mr. Vũ Chiến Thắng, Head of the Government Committee for Religious Affairs, delivered opening speech and expressed that, in recent days, the respiratory infectious disease caused by the new strain of coronavirus broke out, now known as COVID-19, is spreading rapidly, very serious. Number of deaths due to this fatal infectious disease is rapidly increased. The World Health Organization, WHO, has declared a medical emergency. Most Venerable THÄNH also shared that the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha has issued an official letter to all the Buddhist Department of Executive in all provinces and cities around the country, promoting propaganda to all the pagodas, monks, nuns, Buddhist followers, and the people about the awareness for these danger levels, risk of infection and outbreak of the coronavirus epidemic, encouraging pagodas to organize the wide use of face masks for people, Buddhists, and tourists to the pagodas. Deputy Ministry of Health Do Sung Tuyên informed about the situation of the coronavirus epidemic worldwide and proposed to avoid subjective manifestations because the world has not yet identified the peak of the epidemic and its evolution. There are still many potential risks as warned by the World Health Organization. Most Venerable Thích Đức Thiện also reported the situation of work for prevention against fatal respiratory infection caused by coronavirus in pagodas across the country. The Venerable said that after the Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, issued the official letter to promulgate the coronavirus prevention, the pagodas across the country have temporarily postponed organizing festivals, practice which have mass gatherings. Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, having followed the conference, delivered an online speech to the conference. Representative of Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, the Central Committee of Vietnam Fatherland Front, the Central Commission for People Mobilization have also proposed that the Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha should continue propagating and request actions for epidemic prevention at Buddhist worship facilities to Buddhist followers and and made recommendation to the Government Committee for Religious Affairs and the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha on continuing to implement effectively the instruction of the Secretariat and the Prime Minister on prevention and control of epidemics.
On February 6 and 7, 2020, at Da Nang Hospital, the Lifeblood of Da Nang Buddhist Families volunteer team mobilized the donation of 130 blood units, immediate supplies to the hospital to cover the blood shortage due to the corona disease while college students. The measures of humanitarian blood donation have not returned to school yet.
Since its establishment in November 2015, the Lifeblood of Da Nang Buddhist Families volunteer team has more than 8,000 members. Each year, the team donates more than 500 units of blood and platelets to save many patients through critical illness. In addition, the members of the team also contributed and lobbied to perform volunteer activities such as giving gifts to disadvantaged patients, building almhouses, drilling wells, and constructing toilets for mountainous students, giving gifts to the disadvantaged and ethnic minorities, with an amount of nearly 1 billion Vietnam dong per year. As a Buddhist, members of the team also actively participate in many local Buddhist activities, contributing to the development of Buddhism in the national development.
Venerable Singer, ladies and gentlemen, on February 5, 2020, at the Wangsu Pagoda, Hoàng Kim District, Hanoi City, the disinfection cleaning and spraying of chloramine B disinfectant took place to prevent coronavirus disease.
The prevention of epidemic has been proactively announced by venerables and reverend monks to cancel the early spring festivals and retreats. On the other hand, the pagoda management also regularly cleans the places of worship with disinfecting solution and earnestly instructs Buddhist laity working at the pagoda to be aware and responsible for guiding Buddha followers as well as visitors to the pagoda voluntarily to bring with them protective gadgets to prevent the coronavirus disease.
The full moon in January of this year coincidentally fell at the time of the outbreak of a serious respiratory infection caused by coronavirus, now known as COVID-19. But according to the journalist report, people still went to pagodas to worship Buddha and pray for the new year.
Strictly complying with the guidance from Prime Minister and Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha on strengthening the prevention of the ongoing coronavirus infection disease, pagodas in Quảng Nam province have actively instructed guidances for coronavirus infection disease prevention to Buddhists and people attending pagoda ceremonies, chanting sessions of the Buddha of medicine. Many pagodas also prepare disinfectant fluid, checked body temperature, and gave free face masks to Buddhist followers from everywhere. Venerable Thích Viên Hải, head of Committee of Information and Communications, Quảng Nam Province Buddhist Sangha, abbot of Linh Bu Pagoda, shared essential knowledge about infection and spreading prevention of this COVID-19 serious infectious disease. In Hội An City, in the evening of the first full moon, Ashram of Long Thọ Pagoda solemnly conducted peacefulness praying ceremony on new spring of years of rat. Due to the COVID-19 infection disease is still spreading very seriously and complicatedly, the nuns of Long Thọ Pagoda, together with Buddhist followers, conduct a ceremony of lighting strings of lanterns, releasing living creatures to pray for karmic obstruction elimination, epidemics should be put down quickly, peacefulness, restoration to people. In Núi Thành District, sharing with reporter of Committee Information and Communication from Provincial Buddhist Sangha, Venerable Thích CHIêm, abbot of Lộc Tân Pagoda, Nam Tiến Commune, expressed, despite of being in a serious spreading of infectious disease, Thanks to the trust in three jewels, very large crowd of Buddhist followers still gathered in pagoda to worship and pray for peacefulness. Therefore, in these days, a propaganda for the risks and prevention of COVID-19 was integrated in Dharma practice activities to make Buddhist followers have more information, to have more means of prevention, such as delivery-free face masks, regularly remind volunteers in pagoda, especially people serving in kitchen, to ensure careful hygiene in food preparation and cooking. In Thang Binh District, năm thích nữ diệu trang abbot of Binh Hai Pagoda, Binh Hai Commune, held daily prayers for peacefulness and happiness at the pagoda, so that Buddhists can come to practice together, realize clearly their own blessing and karma, to prepare for a peaceful year. And in mountainous Tiên Phước District, many Buddhists came to Thọ Quang Pagoda, Tiến Thọ Commune, and Hữu Lâm Pagoda, Tiên Kỳ Thao Lịch, to participate in a solemn ceremony of praying for peacefulness. Everyone seriously wears face masks donated by pagoda to prevent coronavirus infectious disease. It is known that at present, many pagodas in Quảng Nam province are also strengthening the prevention of coronavirus infectious disease by offering medical face masks to Buddhist people and visitors at the pagodas. Call upon Buddhists and people to pray for compassionate Buddhas to bless so that mankind will have full energy and wisdom to overcome fatal epidemics and peacefulness return to normal life.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, on the evening of February 8, 2020, in a solemn and serene atmosphere, a ceremony to pray for peace and happiness was held in HIωρίP Pagoda, Quantum City.
The prayer ceremony took place in the witness of Venerable Thích Quảng Xã, Vice Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Administration Council, heads of the Provincial Buddhist Sangha in Quantum Province, the abbots of HIωρίP Pagoda, and monks and numerous Buddhists from all over the surrounding areas. After paying homage, acknowledging the patrons according to the traditional etiquette, the Venerable, together with the monks and nuns, burned the incense, pay homage to the three jewels, homage to Venerable Master of Medicine and Tathagata, simultaneously recite the three Buddhist Medicine Sutra, creating peaceful and majestic energy to phrase for equanimity to the people, peace to the nation and the world, favorite wind and rain for agriculture, the employment and prosperities for everybody. Venerable Thích Quảng Xã proclaimed the peaceful praying for all sentient beings and conducted the dedication ceremony. The Venerable encouraged many of local Buddhist men and women as well as Buddhists who came to the pagoda for worship to practice diligently, exercise the virtue to become good citizens. He also explained to everyone more about meanings of the national peace ceremony at the beginning of the year. The Venerable said the frame ritual for peace this year will implement it in compliance with Directive 6 CTTTG of the Prime Minister and Official Letter number 27 CVXDTS of the Chairman of the Administration Council on the prevention of coronavirus respiratory infections. Thus, the ceremony will carry out on a small scale and it was time to communicate with the Buddhist attendants about the coronavirus prevention measures, as recommended by the Ministries of Health. The Venerable joined the Mass to meditate over working to the front yards of the Great Shrine to perform the ceremony of Friends of Peace, releasing the balance into the sky with the wish that sentient beings would be at peace, the disease would be eliminated soon, and the people would be safeguarded in the new year.
On February 9, 2020, a delegation of the Buddhist Social Charity Team of Núi Thành District, Quảng Nam Province, led by Master Ninh Thích Nữ Minh Thái, head of the District Social Communication Committee and benefactors, came to the Old Age Care Center in Hiệp Đức District to socialize and offer gifts.
The delegation presented 50 gifts, each worth 400,000 Vietnam dong, including necessities for the elderly who are being nurtured at the center and some elderly people in difficult circumstances in the locality.
On the morning of February 9, 2020, Most Venerable Thích Thiện Sanh, patron of Administration Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Cái Bè District, the airport of Phước Thành Pagoda, Tiên Giang Province, and the Buddhist Prayer Ashram organized a gift-giving ceremony for 200 visually impaired people in the local area, with a total value of VND 110 million worth gifts.
At the gift-giving ceremony, with the spirit of saving the suffering, sharing the happiness of Buddha, Most Venerable Thích Sanh and the dignified monk and nun had a short Dhamma sharing section with lay persons. He invited people to recite the Buddha's name and practice Buddha's teaching to find joy in life. Because the gift-giving took place during a time when all humanity were launching prevention of coronavirus disease, Most Venerable the Abbot also remind people to regularly follow up the information on the progression of the disease and to apply preventive methods as instructed by the Ministries of Health in Vietnam. The ashram unanimously phrased for early elimination of the disease so that people could be at peace. Mr. Nguyễn Hữu Trí, manager of blind people in Cái Bè District, thanks Most Venerable Abbot with the Buddhists who recite the Buddhist name at Phước Thành Pagoda. Kindly share the difficulty with the visually impaired people. Its work considers as a contribution to the government in taking care of the people who still face with many difficulties in their life.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed us this quickly in Israel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha.